Yo, what's up, mother pluckers? I always do that. I know we want to get monetized, apparently. I don't know. But I always end up cursing at one point or another. So, welcome to another Terror Trap. And I want to welcome our guest, which we said we were going to have from the beginning. But, I mean, for us, it's been a long time. Maybe not for, like, the viewers, because I'm like so behind on editing, but welcome. I am the cREEp.
The witch.
Hi, I'm Terror Krueger, the sweetest psychopath you'll ever meet.
There you go. And today it's another Halloween episode. Like for us, it's always Halloween, but
Everything's Halloween.
I just did.
October.
I just did what I didn't want to do. Like fucking the guy already cursed. Damn it. So, anyways, well, we're gonna talk about pretty much. I was trying to explain how this works, but I guess like movies where like the serial killer is like hiding in plain sight in like a party or something like that kind of setting. Maybe not necessarily just like a slasher, but it could be like, you know, like some kind of like super being or something like that.
Demon.
Some kind of
I hope you remember to invite some cute boys to the party.
I was like that out. Today, before recording this, I was trying to think of other ones. Because I know that we talked about the obvious one because it's called Murder Party, I guess. Which is not even a party. I mean, I guess, did you watch it?
I forgot. I forgot, actually.
Is it kind of like a horror comedy?
Have you seen it?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. Like, is the picture like the cover like a plug? Like an outlet?
I don't know. Because
You
I've
know
only
the
seen the
girl
cover from the
in all
Netflix.
white. Yeah, like
Okay.
with blue hair, I think. Or blue
She has
makeup?
like a bodysuit.
Yeah.
And then she has like blue.
I put it on my
Oh.
list and then I totally forgot what word.
No, honestly, the first movie that came to mind was Night of the Demons.
Yeah, I mean I think that like for horror fans is like the obvious one. not like obvious, but I mean I think that's one of those, you know, that's been remade already once, right?
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
I thought it was okay. I don't know if it was shit, but that's only because I'm comparing it to like other like we talked about 31 and
Yeah.
31 was a fun one-time watch.
Oh, not even. To me, that movie was just terrible. But we talked about it last time. Did you rewatch it or nothing?
No, I hadn't rewatched it yet to see what you were talking about. I tell you, just been too busy, but...
Well, I'm gonna tell.
Yes.
I'm gonna
What are you talking about?
It's because there's a. I was telling that it was so terrible. I was telling that Rob Zombie pretty much had to use the money that he got because it was crowdfunded. Funded. Sorry, it was crowdfunded, and so, but he promised a movie, so he had to make a movie with whatever money it was. So if he had gotten $300, he had to have been like, well, I'm gonna have to make the movie. Which I think he had $50,000 or something.
Still
Before
only used one room, as you were saying.
but that's the thing that like if you notice, you can see that they're only using the one room to record the whole movie.
Really?
So,
Wow. I
so
never
basically,
caught that.
like when they enter another room, it's like the same room just rearranged. And
See, I didn't know that. Until you
I
told
didn't
me.
notice that
So
either.
That's why I was like, I need to rewatch it.
well, I'll tell you that maybe I noticed it because when I was a kid, well, a teenager, I was trying to make movies with my friends. And that was like our tactic because we didn't have a huge house or anything. So we were like, well, let's just move around the room and we'll pretend like it's like this huge house or whatever.
And like, you don't always need a big budget to make a good movie because I mean, I'm not a big fan of them, but Paranormal Activity did pretty well with the low budget.
I think maybe better than even Paranormal
Evil
Activity. Evil Dead is one of the best.
I like the
examples.
first one. I always say like I regret saying it because horror fans like usually get so upset, but I'm like, I am not a fan of like Evil Dead 2, and I'm not a fan at all of Army of Darkness.
Say what?
I just did not get into them, but I did like the first Evil Dead.
I like all three in different ways, especially because Evil 2 was written by Bruce Campbell and
Sam Raimi.
but no, it wasn't just Sam Raimi. I think he strictly directed Evil Dead 2. But it was Bruce Campbell and somebody else. I forgot the name. But they basically wanted it to be a little bit more comedic or whatever, and then they had more money, so they just pretty much remade.
And
Because
I
they didn't
love
even
Camp
name
Blood.
the Evil Dead. I think it was gonna be called the Book of the Dead.
I know it did have a different name. I forgot what it was called. I heard that recently too.
Yeah, it was. They said it was the Book of the Dead, and then like that the producer or whatever was like, no, that name's shitty. Like when people hear the Book of the Dead, they're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna have to read or some shit.
You know,
So-
America hates to read.
So
One
they
of the
were like
movies
Evil
not to
Dead.
read.
Yeah, like my wife likes to watch movies with subtitles. So
Oh no, I can't do that.
she's always reading.
I
I
get
get
distracted
distracted.
because then all I do is read the subtitles and not look at the
I'm
movie.
like, wait, what happened in the movie now? I missed it.
Yeah, but it's because sometimes when you miss like what they said or you don't understand, you can.
Nice.
Okay. I can't see it all, so it doesn't matter. But what were we talking about? I was like, lost my train of thought. Oh,
31.
about the 31. Yeah, no. I was gonna say the other movie that's like really good that involves one room is Saw, the first
That's
Saw.
true.
So I mean, I know that it's possible. Just to me, 31 was, and I could even say, because sometimes you know how you're like not in the right frame of mind, you could be like down or something, and then you don't like a movie maybe because of that. But I mean, I was pumped about watching 30 because I like Rob Zombie movies.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
most of
same
us who are Rob Zombie fans were kind of like really pumped, and then it came out, and I remember like watching it with the witch, and we were just kind of like, well, that was fun.
No,
I was like, I kind of regret that I bought it, but
I was pissed, but then I realized, like I was telling you, I was like, I downloaded it. So
yeah.
who fucking
Can't go
cares?
wrong.
Who fucking cares? Just delete it, and then that's it. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never gonna have my time back. But nah, whatever. I mean, it's there. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
I honestly feel though that for me, his worst film, mostly because it was just boring, was Lords of Salem.
I was like, I
The
haven't watched
soundtrack
it.
I was
was
like-
amazing.
But when you see them side by side, it's better than 31, I think, actually. now that
Yeah.
It's because like
I saw it once.
I was
never
telling
rewatched that
him.
one.
Yeah.
I guess this is like a recap from last podcast, but I was telling the witch that I wasn't sure if I wanted to watch it because it's so. That one I think is the most polarizing of the Rob Zombie movies. Like some people fucking like love it, like
Really?
cosplay and stuff,
Yeah.
and then some people like really hate it. So I was like, man,
I think like true horror fans hated it,
Yeah.
and then people that are like, oh, look, a cute little horror movie, they liked it, and that's why they dress up.
Like the American Horror Story fans probably liked it a lot.
I was like, I'm not even sure about American Horror.
I was like,
Story.
I think just with Rob Zombie films, the two that are just praised the most are just Devil's Rejects and House.
I do want to watch that.
The
American
other ones,
Horror
everyone
Story.
always, shits on the Halloween and everything.
I like the
I like
first.
those.
It's not even like he has like a big catalog either. Like
No.
people are just talking
Movies are
shit.
8 or 9 movies, but
I actually really enjoyed Three from Hell though.
Yeah, he was telling me that it was. I like that City Hague thing. That.
Was like, did we spoil that already on here?
Yeah, it's already.
Yeah, we are.
It's already been done. I mean, I don't think.
I was honestly like shocked and thought like he wasn't dead or there somehow he was gonna come back or something, but no, he was really gone. And I was
Maybe
a
he
little
was gonna
disappointed.
come back, and then after this.
Well, Rob
no,
Zombie-
because it came out first though.
yeah.
Yeah. It's because Rob Zombie said that the cousin or the brother that they replaced his character with, all those scenes were supposed to be Captain Spaulding, but because he wasn't able to film, he had to just write in a new character. And he's like, for the most part, it was easy because he had to very slightly change things just to make it the new character instead of Spaulding, because all that was supposed to be Spaulding through the whole film.
Damn. I was like, I'm sad again. Goddamn City Hague. But I don't know. It's just I guess people just like to hate on Rob Zombie for whatever reason. Which I'm like, come on, man. Wes Craven has like a shitload of shitty movies too. And
Yeah, I like Freddy Krueger's like my all-time favorite, but he has some shit.
I mean,
And honestly, like I always say, like I mean, my drag whole name is Terror Krueger, but I only like the Nightmare series up until part 4.
plus I don't like the new Nightmare is so shitty. And then I
Yeah.
think that Scream 4, I guess, it's kind of like the same idea that he had for a new Nightmare. But it's fucking
Well, did you hear what the original script was for Scream 3? But it got canned, and they said that the film was not going to be filmed at all if they did that because it happened during the time of Columbine. The whole script for are you familiar with that or no?
Maybe I'm trying to like.
The
What are you
original
talking about?
idea was supposed to be that the hell's his name? Matthew Lillard's character actually survived the first movie, and he's just been in jail this whole time, and he's actually built up a cult following. So it was supposed to be a whole cult following that was after Sydney in the third one to kill her, and they create like a mass suicide or a mass shooting, something like that. I'm not too sure, but they create like a mass shooting at their school and go after her, and at the end you find out that Matthew Lillard actually is coming back as Ghostface to kill her, along with his whole cult.
I was like, that would have been cool.
Right?
I really like Matthew Lillard, first of all. I don't know, maybe
Shaggy.
fucking, I always think about more of SLC Punk. But I really like him, and I really dislike Neve Campbell.
We all wanted to see her get it at the end, even in part 4.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just like this emo. She doesn't have any expression except for the same one. I don't know. And,
I honestly feel like I could have respected. I love the Scream films. I think they're fun, but I could have respected them more if it was just part 1, took away part 2 and 3, and then came back with 4. Because how many times can she be the victim with the same, like, someone coming after her every time? Like, it got old, and it's like, just kill her off.
And she's always the final girl. Like, well, her and Courtney Cox, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Dewey.
There was supposed to another script that didn't get used, which should have, was the opening. How every film there's an opening scene where someone gets killed right away. The opening scene was supposed to be Dewey and Gail at home, like settling down, like just talking when Ghostface strikes, and they're the first victims of the film.
Yeah, but it was like Kristen Bell.
And like a ton of random people.
It was like 3. It wasn't. It was like 3 scenes where like
different
people.
openings.
I was like, God damn it!
Just,
yeah, I was like, just tell me who the hell.
Like the first one was like, that's funny, that's cute, and the second time I was like, oh.
Okay.
Although, like,
Stop.
I showed it to my wife for the first time. She just wanted to watch it because, like, right now she's like really, really infatuated with Rory Culkin. So she's like, oh, Rory Culkin is in this movie. I was like, all right, let's watch it.
Was he the one in Signs? Because I know it's a Culkin in Signs, the little boy, but is it Roy?
Rory's like the smallest one. He's like he's my age.
Well, it has to probably, because that movie came out a long time ago.
But I don't know if it could have been Kieran. I have no idea.
It was just Macaulay Culkin still.
It was just one of those clones. They all look the same.
They do, they really do.
But I guess we watched it, and I was like, we finished it, I was like, well, I guess I don't hate it as much as I did when I saw, because I saw it at the theater.
No, it's
So I was like, yeah, I mean, it's an okay movie. It's not that terrible.
It's one of those background movies again you just put on and
Yeah, but
occasionally look.
I just hate that. I think that what ruined it to me was just that one line at the end, the one I told you where.
Which one?
Well, when they like kill her for the first time, because there's always like a fake kill or whatever, which is like you never fucked with the
Don't
original.
fuck with the original.
Clear. You forgot the first rule of remakes, Jill. Don't fuck with the original.
And I'm just like, come on, man! Like you don't say that on the remake of your first. I don't know.
And what I thought too was lame is because it was supposed to be like well, it was a sequel, but also somewhat of a remake. They're supposed to come back harder with kills, and if you remember, the first Scream was really intense for the time being 1996, and I saw that in theaters as a child too. The whole and now it's even on the DVD, it's cut out when they first kill Steve, Drew Barrymore's boyfriend. It used to show his guts rolling out of his stomach, and now that's completely out. Then you would see Neve Campbell gutted from the tree. I mean, people getting the Tatum getting crushed in the garage, and then Part 4 comes out, and seriously, everyone dies from a gut stab. Like everyone was like gut stab, and I was like, come on, be more creative, like make it more violent. And that's what I actually have to say too about.
By that point, you just wear like something.
Like a metal. But that's what I was actually telling the witch too. It's like I was really excited because I'm a big fan of horror. I love the violence in horror movies. I mean, that's why most of us watch it. But that's what I felt so refreshed about 3 from Hell is like finally a horror film that wasn't afraid to be violent and go over the top again. And that's what I really like appreciated from there too.
I think that's why I like. Well, my favorite movie ever. I'm just gonna say it here, because it used to be Planet Terror, but that was before Hobo with a Shotgun came out. Because when Hobo with a Shotgun came out, I was just like, it was like I'm not sure it's a horror movie though. I think at a certain point it turns into kind of a horror movie, but just like the ridiculousness and cartoonish like blood and gore and effects that they use, and that's his only movie, the director.
Yeah,
that's his only movie. I have a poster signed by him somewhere in here.
Cool.
But I don't know, like just cutting somebody's head off and then a fountain of blood is coming out, and then there's like a prostitute and the pimp or whatever are dancing around it, like it's some kind of I don't know, like, and then the plague, which are the two like robot, I don't know what they're, super beings, like apparently they're like hitmen from history, and they've killed like Abraham Lincoln to like Jesus. Because
I've never seen that.
They have the pictures in the back of everybody that they've killed, and there's a picture of Jesus. I mean, that movie is like with background, with like backstory, with like all the things that like it has so many like commentary, so much like it's like deep, man. Because I was telling, one of the cool things is that one of the guys kills. He burns. I don't know. Have you guys watched it?
I've never seen it actually, but you can go ahead and spoil it. I'll watch it either way.
Oh man, I'm like, you have to see it. You're gonna love it. But
I think it's on Hulu, isn't it?
I have no idea. Maybe. I think I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
I have the DVD anyways, but so I can let you borrow. But there's this scene where it's because the bad guy is like this main, like big, like Hans Gruber guy, the main guy, but he has two kids that are like jocks, and they're assholes, and they like to kill people and they like to bully people, but they bully them until like they break their arms and shit like that. But one of them goes inside of a bus and burns all the kids. They're kids, like little kids, and he like flamethrowers all the fucking kids, all of them. Like,
sounds kind of.
and you're just like, fuck, dude, like, who does that,
Yeah.
And then, well, whatever, like, the hero is a hobo, of course, with the shotgun. But it's not like you think. Like, you're gonna think, like, oh, it's this guy, like, fucking just going around with a shotgun and
That's what I
killing
figured
everybody.
it was.
But it's not. There's a lot of other characters.
Oh, cool.
I think he's the one that starts, kind of like kickstarts, like, the whole revolution against these people because they're, like, drug lords or whatever.
Is it a time period movie? Does it take place modern day or, like, 70s?
I don't know. It's like 80s. I think it's like around 80s. But he like,
and that's what I was gonna say, because the other day too, which we were watching it Chapter 2, and one of the things I noticed was like, wow, in the movies and stuff, bullies are much more vicious in like the 80s and 70s. If you watch all the movies like from like that era, the bullies like bully you till they almost kill you.
But I think that's because in those days, whatever, like homophobia and
but even like
it was just more. Yeah, but I think it was more prevalent like those days. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you see movies in those days where like they're just like, oh, you or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who does that shit?
Yeah, it's like that's not. I mean, I still carry like knives in my bag, but still. But no, like even like when they would pick on the other kids and just like other like 80s and like movies around the era, every time like the bullies bully someone, they go hard until like.
Because that's how it is in Hobo. Like, they like break arms. These two kids are like ruthless. So it's basically kind of like the Hobo has to go through these two kids to get to the top guy or whatever. But like, there's a lot of things happening. But like, when that kid that burned all the people in the bus dies, he's dying. He's like, I guess he's in the middle of like between dying and like either going to hell or whatever. So he goes and tries to call his dad on a payphone while he's dying, like to tell him like, hey, they're coming for you or whatever. But the way that the Grim Reaper shows up to pick him up to take him to hell is in the form of the bus with the kids burning. So like the bus with the kids burning pick him up and they fuck him up like inside of the bus. Like that's how he goes to hell.
Kind of reminds me of Trick or Treat at the end.
Like
That's
fucking,
yeah.
I was like, that's fucking poetic, man. Like, well, I think this was before Trick or Treat.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck, but I don't know. Like,
because remember Trick or Treat was supposed to release like years ago, but it took forever to come out.
Like,
yeah, I think it was like stuck in.
I was in high school when the trailer had come out.
It was stuck in like development, or no, not in development. It was stuck in. They had finished it. It was like Cabin in the Woods too.
Yeah, it just took forever to come out. Because I remember, we even.
It was just one day we were at Walmart and we see it there, and I'm like, what the.
And this was even before we met too,
Yeah.
because like me and my other friend from high school were like, "Oh my god, we need to see this movie." And then both like we have the same story, like randomly, like at Walmart and Target, like, "Hey, look, is that the movie?" And yeah, it was.
Picked it up and it's like, yeah, and then we bought it.
Where did I don't remember if I had bought it, but I remember. Well, in
Turned out to be great.
in
Yeah,
those
I love
days,
that
it was
movie.
when I used to listen to Room Morgue Radio like a lot. They canceled it like a long time ago, but they used to talk about all these weird movies or whatever, and they talked about Trick or Treat because they were saying like, oh, it's the perfect like Halloween movie. Like, I want to see this. And yeah, I remember seeing stills and stuff from like Fangoria and
Yeah, I used to. I think I would just go to like movies.com back in the day when I would search anything new horror, and I remember seeing the still of I forget his name, the man with the glasses who like has the little boy, and then the chubby boy who's Herman Merman from Bad Santa sitting on the stoop when he's throwing up. I remember seeing the still of that, and that was the only thing I'd seen for like the longest time, till I actually finally saw it years later.
Mr. Wilkins.
Mr. Wilkins.
because I remember they were just hiding how like Sam looked
Yeah.
underneath the little mask or whatever, that knapsack. Bro.
And now he's become so iconic.
Yeah, now he's like they have it as Spirit, like the little
Everywhere.
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but that movie's great. So should we like talk about the party movie?
Oh yeah.
I was like, we totally forgot.
I was like, when we were actually talking about Scream 4 too, I was like, that's the first movie that came to my mind for like a party movie where there's a slasher that you don't know that's there. When they're partying in the barn.
Oh, when they're doing the stab party.
Stab-a-thon.
Stab-a-thon. I
That's why
love
was like,
that it says that Stab was directed by Robert Rodriguez. Did you catch that?
No,
the
I don't
beginning
even remember.
Of all the movie when it plays.
Yeah, it's like based on the novel by Gail Weathers,
I was
directed by Robert Rodriguez.
It would have
I'm
been a
like,
Mexican hero or something. But but funny thing about that movie when they presented, I guess it's Rory Culkin's character, the first time you see him is when he's in the classroom.
Yeah.
They're like looking outside for something or whatever. My wife sees him and he's like, "Yeah, that's the killer." She's never even seen a Scream.
Really?
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, like what? Like really? It's that fucking obvious?
You know what? When I first, ever since I was a kid too, like I don't know, I feel Scream 1 was very obvious of who the killers were, and like 2 and 3, I was able to, like killers, and then for that one too, I was like, okay, the Culkin guy's the killer, but it really did take me by surprise that Emma Roberts was the other killer. That was the one that actually got me.
Do you know what was a better Scream? I don't know if you ever saw the series Scream Queens.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
I fucking love Scream Queens.
I mean, I love it still. It's stupid that they like canceled it. I guess I don't even know if it's canceled, but they didn't.
It's canceled with rumors of a 3rd season coming out, but it might go straight to Hulu or Netflix, which I'm totally okay with. As long
But
as
that first season, like, goddamn it, like that was like perfect to be, you know, like a Scream kind of thing. Because you watch the Scream series on MTV and it's like it's just all emo and shit, and I'm just like, God damn it.
Because this one was funny.
It needs to be funnier.
I liked the season 1 and 2 of Scream, the series. It was very like melancholy, very like whatever.
Plus, it's like more teenager centric, I guess.
And it's like, ooh, I'm gay and I have to hide it, whatever. Oh my god. So I don't know. That was just like whatever. But I did like enjoy the little kills here and there. It was very cheesy and cliche, but I liked it. But season 3 came out, and oh my god, it was awful. It was terrible.
I did like the Scream, like the series, but like I think we saw it right after watching Scream Queens, and I was just like,
oh yeah,
I'm just a little bored.
Yeah.
Because with Scream Queens, you know, all the Chanels or whatever, they're all like fucking, you know, like these like blonde retards or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure they're retards, but like they're just like full of themselves.
Number 5 was actually really smart.
Yeah, I mean,
she ended up being smart,
but that's what I like because like.
But they treated her like she was dumb.
Even with teenagers now,
relatable.
Like they can be like, "Oh, you're this one, and you're that
Yeah.
one." You know, like I like it when they do that because you can relate a little bit more to those characters.
Definitely.
Because like for this Halloween, the whole family we're all gonna be devils, like old school devils. And now when you look for devil costumes, that's the one that comes out, the Scream Queen.
Well, it's funny that you say that because for Halloween, we're actually going to be the Chanels.
I was like, show up here, and
The witch is going to be number 3, and I'm going to be number 5, and our other friend's going to be Chanel.
Oh, that's cool. I was like, cause we love Scream Queens, and we were always like waiting on more seasons. And we were like, what happened?
Right.
Well, did you know that actually season 2, off topic again, but season 2 is actually supposed to be Scream Queen's summer camp, but they scrapped that idea and put them in a hospital, and they were going to save summer camp for season 3.
That one was a little more campy, I guess. Like the second season was a little bit more out there. I still liked it, but it was like
And you know what? They say that because the ratings dropped, but I feel it was their fault, or like Fox's fault, or whoever is like managing the episodes. Because I remember I was watching it, but they had like 2 like really long breaks in the season because I was like, wait, whatever happened to Scream Queens? I never finished it, and then it said that the next episode wasn't going to be for like weeks, and then they took a break again because I think it was around like the Super Bowl or something, so they kept just taking breaks in between it. So I feel like if I wasn't as committed to the show as I was, I would have forgotten about it and stopped watching it.
It's like that show. I don't know if you ever saw it. I mean, it's not horror, but The Get Down on Netflix. That show was great.
That sounds about.
But like they put half of the season, I guess, and then they put the other half a year after.
Oh no!
So it got canceled like after. But I was like, well, yeah, because people lost interest.
Yeah,
They didn't
like
want to watch the second half.
forgot.
I was like, that's stupid. But that show is great. You guys should watch it. Actually, it's about the starting of the hip hop, the DJ movement and shit. It's
Oh
cool.
shit! Okay, see, I totally forgot about that. I remember the trailer for that.
Yeah,
Way,
it's
way
really
back.
good.
I
It's
love
really
it.
good, and like it's kind of like Karate Kid, but with hip hop. It's it's cool. But anyway, so other movies, I guess.
What was the movie you had thought of?
Well, Murder Party was like the first one, which I don't know. Well, you guys said that you haven't seen it, but it's a movie about this like really loser guy, and I'm just loser because that's how they use him there. But it's like this nerd like guy that doesn't have any friends or whatever. He finds this flyer that says that if you take that flyer, there's like this underground party. It's a costume party to make sure you bring your costume, whatever, and show up. And just with the flyer, they'll let you in. But they target him. I think that was the only flyer. And when he goes, it turns out that it's a murder party, which like they're just planning to murder the guy that showed up. But he's like such a loser. Like I don't have. But this because the movie's terrible. But his costume is like he's dressed like a knight, but with cardboard boxes. So
Okay, see, I have seen the trailer for that. And I think the cover for it is like an outlet or something. I've never seen it.
It's because I've never seen even the poster. I've only seen the cover of the Netflix, which is the girl, and that girl like gets on my nerves so much. I mean, you're supposed to root for this guy, for this loser guy. But I never found myself like I didn't want him to die, but I didn't want him to live either.
That kind of reminds me of what was it, Ready or Not? Did you see that one? That's on topic too. It's
I don't remember.
it's a murder. It's her wedding. Have you ever seen the movie on Netflix called The Babysitter? The main girl in that is the main girl in this movie. And yeah, it's her wedding. They're having a party, and little does she know that at the end of the night, the tradition with the guy's family, they have to do this thing where they play a game. But she doesn't know at the end of the game is where they're going to hunt her and kill her. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the way they filmed this movie, and we were talking like it was just so like irritating. Like she's a main character, but I'm like, oh my god, fucking stab her in the face and let's end this. Like the way they I don't know what it was. She was just not likable, and I wasn't rooting for her. I'm like, can you fucking kill her? And the ending was so predictable.
So dumb.
I was like, I don't even.
You want to spoil it?
You can spoil it.
So of course, and you know what? Like, we're all forsaken, whatever. But I feel like it's becoming so trendy that they use it for everything now. So it turns out that the family's like super mega rich because they made a deal with the devil, and in order to keep it, they have to do a sacrifice. So they're all hell Satan at the end, and then. Of course, they don't get to do the sacrifice. And like, wait, it wasn't true. Nothing's going to happen to us. And I even turned up the witch, and I'm like, they're going to start blowing up. And then, of course, what happens one by one? They all start fucking exploding and dying, and then she just walks out with nothing. And I'm like, this was trash.
It really was.
I don't know. It just feels
because it just takes it away when it's like such a movie like that had nothing to do with like anything satanic or anything like that, and then it's all in the end they throw it in, and it's like, oh wait, now they're blowing up. I'm like, oh.
I always think that with horror movies they should film the ending first, just so they use like all their money on the ending, and then go back from there, because I feel like they always do it like in sequence, and then by the end they end up with no money.
Well, you can tell this movie had a good budget, because I mean, the house was nice, everything was so nice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like maybe they like ran out of money, and they're like, "Fuck, what are we gonna do? Let's just blow them up."
And I was speaking to other like horror movie like buffs too about the movie, and they're like, "Oh, well, you just hated it because you went in hating it," and I was like, "No, that's not true.
I went in liking it.
It
started off great.
Yeah, I was so excited for this movie when it came out, and then right when we started, I'm like, okay, this is good, and then as it kept going on, I'm like,
I was
No.
like, visually it was stunning,
Yeah.
but as it started to go on, you're like, I really hate her.
Yeah.
Well, like one of the ones that is really good. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's is it Rec 3 or Rec 4? I think it's 3. Well, Rec 3. Have you seen it?
I've seen the American version of the first one.
No. Well, watch the Spanish versions.
Okay.
Because they're
I've
first
heard
of all
they're better.
way better than Quarantine.
Of course, no.
But Rec 3, it starts off like the whole camera thing, whatever, like the found footage, but it moves on from there. Like it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna do that, and it's an actual movie, but it's a wedding, and the zombie outbreak breaks inside of the place in the wedding. So
cool.
So it's on topic too. So it's like the wedding party just starts, like, you know, and the groom and the bride, they get separated, and the whole movie is this cheesy thing where they're like, oh, I'm gonna find you because I love you so much and whatever. It's really cheesy, but like you always think that the hero or whatever is gonna be like the groom, and it ends up being the bride. Actually, like the poster for it is the bride with a chainsaw, and she's all like full of blood.
That's cool. I've never seen that.
And she's like badass, man. That movie, when she just turns into like a badass and she just starts like killing zombies and all this shit, is badass. And the ending, I mean, it could be, I think, maybe for horror fans a little bit predictable, if you know, like, especially if you've seen like Night of the Living Dead, which, I mean, if you're a horror fan, who hasn't watched that movie?
Right.
But at least it's a little bit more poetic, just in the way that it ends up. You know, like, you have to see it. It's not as heartless, I guess, as in Night of the Living Dead.
Have you seen?
Or as racist.
That's true. Have you seen? I don't want to get the name wrong. It's called The Train to Basima, something like that. It's an Asian,
definitely not.
it's an Asian horror film, and it has to do with zombies. And I decided to check it out because, you know, like, I love zombie movies, but I'm like, a lot of them are really cheesy. But this one is actually really, really good. I believe it's on Netflix and Hulu. And the story is really good. It's just like a father trying to like travel with his daughter, and while they're on a subway, an infection starts out and everyone starts turning to zombies. And one of the things that I liked about the movie a lot is that when people would start turning, they would like, and I was like, did they get like dancers or like contortionist artists to like be the zombies? Because they would fall to the floor and then their bodies would twist and contort as they would get back up and turn and like go after people. And I thought that was really cool. It was really, I enjoyed the film. It was
Yeah, I like it when they do like weird shit like that with actual, like, not CGI or whatever, because I don't know. I hate CGI too.
I hate CGI. As an FX makeup artist, I'm like, fuck CGI.
I mean, I like CGI and like things that maybe they need it, because sometimes, like, you don't realize that maybe they use CGI to, like, you know, make like night even darker or like creepier or whatever.
Yeah,
things like that.
That's okay. But when it's gonna be like a little gore effect, I'm like, come on, let's make it look more real with.
But that's what I was telling the witch that I didn't like about it chapter 2 was that old lady just like it took me out, like when she like this. I don't know.
She
the
did
CGI,
look very cartoonish.
The
but
CGI was like really bad, and I was just like, oh, why did they do this? They should have just darkened the place.
Something that was brought to my attention the other day that someone said was like they did CGI on the kids to make them look younger still. And I'm like, well, it didn't work because I obviously noticed they were all like older. I was like, I didn't realize that they tried to do
My
that.
wife told me that she did like see like Richie and
They just gave him extremely larger glasses.
Yeah.
Well, but now that you see them,
Yeah.
like if you see them, like you'll be like, oh, shit, they look so fake. Like, I mean,
Like,
I
even
wish
at the
somebody
end-
wouldn't have pointed that out because I was like, God,
And when they're looking at the reflection of themselves as adults looking in as children, they put like the taller ones in the back, so that way they all still looked really short.
because you know,
What's his name? The little one,
Eddie?
He was a lot taller, but they put him in the back. I was like, he should have been in the front because he was the shortest.
that's because they should have just recorded like both parts back to back. I don't
Yeah.
know why they like, you know, they
It's
should.
like they knew they were gonna make a second one. Why did they take so long?
They just should like they did fucking Back to the Future, you know, part 2 and 3 were like back to back, like right away. But so I don't know why. And then like Stranger Things apparently is like renewed, so there's gonna be a season 4. But I'm like, at least with Stranger Things, they can be like, oh,
They could be.
this actually passed, all this time passed and whatever. Now they're like a little bigger or whatever, which now they're gonna look pretty huge probably, because it's right when they're like all.
But I'll be okay with that if they use the same cast.
Yeah, I
I want
like.
the same cast.
My wife was hating 11 at the end of, I guess, of 2.
Uh-huh.
She was
I
just
felt
like,
the same.
oh my god, 11, like, and then like when 3 came out, I was like, god damn, like they brought it back.
No, that's fine. That's totally what because I was not a fan of Stranger Things. I watched season 1 and didn't get into it, but it convinced me to watch season 2 and 3. And I'm actually enjoying it. So I have like 2 episodes left for season 3 I need to finish. But as me and him are watching season 2, I was just like, oh my god, the story gets so boring when it focuses on Elle. And then now season 3, I'm like, okay, I like her.
No, 3 is like, I think it's my favorite season.
Yeah,
of
it's
them
been
all.
my favorite.
I want to like rewatch it, and like I love it. Like everybody is good. I don't think I hate any, because I was even getting tired of like Dustin, and Dustin in
true.
this one, since they like separated him from the group, kind of. I was like, and then that little girl, the black little girl,
Erica.
Lucas is
Erica.
his brother. Not brother, sister. She's funny, man. Like, and
She was. I liked her character.
and I mean everybody in
The whole
Hopper.
feel, you finally feel that it is 80s. I like
Oh,
that.
and I
too.
love.
Yeah, that
I
well,
really like that.
I think that really comes into like play when 11 gets that makeover, because
Yeah.
11 just looks like super 80s.
I love that jumper. I was wearing that.
And the whole I dump you thing.
I dump your ass.
Whatever, it's like, I don't know. To me, I was like, damn, like this is like really good. The whole like even the scoops away, or what's it called?
Scoops Ahoy.
Scoops ahoy. As my wife was like, let's be those. I was like, yeah, the thing like
They
with
sell
those.
the costumes.
Yeah, but I was like, the thing with those costumes is like they're probably everybody's gonna be that, and like it.
I feel this year everyone's gonna be it, and once again, every basic girl's gonna be Harley Quinn.
No, and also Maleficent.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
that comes out,
soon.
I think, this week.
But you think that people are gonna be Maleficent though?
Yeah, they did it when the first one came out, so they'll do it again.
I've always wanted to be Freddy Krueger, but it's the makeup that like gets me, because I don't want to wear a mask.
No, I've done the makeup a few times. It's actually you could actually do it real easy. Like
Yeah, but I'm a lazy boy, so I'm just like,
I can show you on my YouTube channel.
I don't want to do anything. Like, I'll just go to it. We'll just link it up there too, and like, just go there, because I'm like, God damn, I'm always like, because with the devil costume, I'm just like, I'm gonna wear a mask. I've already bought 3 masks
Yeah.
for the devil costume, because I'm not sure which one I want. And my wife's the one like, I'll just like put makeup on you, like all red. And I'm like, no, I'm just lazy, because I just feel like I'm done. And, like, just get the mask off, you know. So I don't know, whatever. But I bought 3 masks. That's like way too much.
I love collecting masks. There's never.
Well, that's what the shelf is for.
Oh.
Supposedly, I'm gonna put the heads with the mask.
Yeah.
More of luchador mask, but like the original.
Oh, have you
cREEp
seen the
mask is
luchador
out.
masks in 3 from Hell?
No.
They're cute because they're all like red, and they kind of remind me of like Kiss's makeup, around the eyes, and they all have pentagrams on the forehead. They're pretty cute. They all had, I think they were all black, and then the main like guy, his was red, like the colors reversed because they're all black and red. But I think the main guy's was reversed to like all red mask with the black design.
Party movies again. So what other party movies could you like come up with? I'm trying to think
Well,
as we
Trick or
go.
Treat had a part of it when they were in the festival. You know, when
I feel like all
when
Halloween
Mr.
movies have to have
Mr.
one.
Wilkins was killing that girl when he like bit her neck.
And then when the girls who end up being werewolves take him to the forest, and they're having that little get together.
Yeah.
Which was ironic because she's like Red Riding Hood. Or
Even
whatever.
like when the kids went to the quarry, you know, to
Oh, yeah.
scare Rhonda, but then they themselves get killed.
I gotta watch it again, man. Like
I was like, that whole movie, yeah, had like a bunch of little party scenes where
That's
people were
true.
getting
it felt like a newer like Tales from the Crypt or something like that.
Ah,
Like,
very much so.
But like at the end they all get
It's like, I
connected.
guess some people could get confused because there is like 4 stories, but it's like, but if you pay attention, then
They get
it'll all
connected.
link up, and then
Uh-huh.
it's all really cool.
One of my favorite horror movies that has like a little party scene is Return of the Living Dead.
I was
when they're
thinking
partying
about
in the
Return of the
cemetery.
Living Dead, but I was like, where is the party? I was
When they
like,
party at the cemetery.
Linnea Quigley and
Yes. Oh my god, Linnea, I love it.
with her prosthetic pussy.
Yes. I love the whole story of that. He was just like, "Well, can you shave your vagina?" And she's like, "Okay." He's like, "Whoa, I can see too much of it. Let's just put a prosthetic on you."
Yeah, they just put a prosthetic pussy. I remember at FrankenCon, well, she was talking about it.
Oh, I have a weird story with Linnea
That was
Quigley.
when we got in trouble.
Yes, I remember.
What would you do?
Huh? We had the podcast at that time, and we were broadcasting from FrankenCon, and it was
Oh, the bitches.
yeah, the bitches, the bunch of bitches. But we got in trouble with Margot Kidder. Rest in
Oh.
peace. So,
Oh, I met her at one of the cons too, but
but I didn't mean it like that. We were just trying to be funny. I didn't mean that they were bitches because we actually like look up to them and like we really like appreciate their work. But I was just trying to be funny.
The wrong way.
Well, it was funny because actually when I got to meet Linnea Quigley, I remember I was looking all over the con for her, and I finally found her. And I went to go, like, you know, get pictures and get her to sign stuff, and I was with my dad. And then she was just, like, really flirty with my dad, and then I had turned around, I'm like, hey, Dad, for whatever, I asked him for something, and then she's like, that's your dad? And I was like, yeah. And then she was, like, all over him. It was so awkward. And then my dad, he made a comment because he was flipping through her photos that she signs, and it was the one from Silent Night, Deadly Night, where she's, like, smashed against, like, the horns, and her boobs are out. He's like, damn, that's cool. And she's like, oh, yeah, you like that one? I was like, well, that's weird.
Dad.
Imagine Linnea Quigley's stepmom.
That's so funny because at the con, Doug Jones was like, I'm not gonna say he was hitting on us, but he's like really touchy.
I would have let Doug Jones do it.
Well, we were like talking to him, and he's like, "What are you?" We were like, we were in the middle of recording a podcast because we were on the floor of FrankenCon, and we were just like talking, you know, like the panels and all that stuff. And then he just walks by, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "We're recording a podcast." "Oh, can I be on it?" And I was like, "Yeah, like of course, whatever." But he's like, "Oh, I love you guys," and just like touching us and being like, "Oh, I like hugging us." And we're just like, "Hey, what's up?"
You know who hit on me one time when I was underage? Jimmy Urine.
I was like, "Do I have to censor this?"
It's like, what okay, allegedly. Let's say allegedly. I don't want to get sued either.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, because I'm not sure.
Allegedly.
Maybe Doug Jones is just like a loving guy, and I don't want to say that he was like.
So allegedly, when I went to go see him play at a concert here, afterwards the show, we got to meet him, and he took my hand, and the whole time he was like sucking on my fingers and licking my palm. But you know, that's not funny. It's funny because there's this other
Maybe he was just being punk. I don't know.
maybe because there's this other guy I knew who was also at the show, and he had his hand down Jimmy Urine's pants, and he was
I was like,
playing
all these stories.
Like, allegedly.
Because I've had a friend that was like making out with the singer. I don't even know her name. The singer from The Sounds.
Oh my god! I totally accidentally kissed her. We were taking a photo.
I think
she was gonna kiss my cheek, and I turned around and.
Well, she was making out with one of my friends from high school. So
That's fierce.
And I think that I don't even know if he was underage because he was at like a work tour or something like that.
Allegedly, another singer.
Allegedly, the alleged podcast.
I actually went to go see this band called Punk Bunny. I don't think they're around anymore. But the singer from that band too was trying to take me back to his hotel room, and I was like, whatever, let's go. And then I was honestly like 16 or 17 at the time. But then my friend's dad had to cock block and come and be like, grab his son, throw us in his car, and we took off.
Maybe that was for the best.
Probably.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Now as an adult, I look back at that and I'm like, yeah, he probably totally saved me from some crazy, like, disgusting shit from that guy.
Because it's like back in the day, we all wanted to go to this punk rock picnic, which was like the Atari's sugar called at Club 101, the really old one. But there was this girl. The tickets had like sold out or whatever, and there was I'm not gonna say her name, but we knew her. But she was outside and she's all like, "Oh, come on, give me his tickets. I'll suck your dick and all this shit." And now the Ataris are like nobody. He's still around. He's like, oh, allegedly.
Ataris, when you said Ataris, I figured the little video games. I didn't know you meant it was a band.
Yeah, that's why it was like emo band back in the like 2000s, early 2000s or whatever. They're still around.
I remember when I had gone to see Marilyn Manson like in 2004, and they were giving away free tickets for people who were doing like disgusting stuff, and they made one girl drink toilet water that had pee in it.
I think that's not even as disgusting as the other one, which is like the other one was which is like really stupid with Mana.
What was
They
it?
like put fucking like loogies in the big ass like fucking. It was, and then they had to drink it. And somebody drank it for Simona.
I don't even know who that is.
Some Mexican band.
Some Mexican band, but like they're like, I mean,
You've heard them back at the
They're
in the OP.
they're okay, but like,
They're played ones.
I think they're 80s.
That
stuff
reminds
is
me of
good.
another movie, Dust Till Dawn.
Ah,
They
that's
have
right.
no idea that.
I mean, it's a bar, but it's
Oh, it's a bar, yeah.
I mean, you could call it party. Yeah,
A titty twister.
yeah, with Tom Savini, like his
Sex machine.
The sex machine. That's right, man. I was like, I'm trying to remember. Tom
Danny
Savini's
Trejo,
the only
Cheech.
Cheech Marin.
He's like what, 3 characters in that movie?
And then he's all the same. And it's like the cop too. What's his name though? He comes out in like all Quentin Tarantino movies.
The Wolf?
No, he's always the sheriff. He's always the sheriff in every town. He's always in Kill Bill and friggin' Dust Till Dawn. He's and
A Nightmare on Elm Street? The dad?
No, that's a different guy.
Because he plays a cop in a lot of things too.
Yeah, like
Because
and
he's
then,
the cop, but you see him on TV for like a month.
he's like really funny. Like they were saying that when he was doing Nightmare on Elm Street, because he was already bald, that he would tell like Wes Craven, like, so what hairpiece should this one use? It's like,
John Saxton, that's his name.
yeah, no, but that's a different guy. No,
Oh.
this is another. He passed away maybe like 8 years ago or something.
Oh, wow.
But he's always the sheriff in Kill Bill, in Dust Till Dawn. He's always the sheriff. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. He's always like in a different, and it's the same character. I think he's even named the same. That doesn't even make sense because he's a sheriff in every town. But Dust Till Dawn is a pretty good, I guess. I mean, yeah, you could call it a party because it's like a bar and like a strip club.
It's everything. Drug den.
I was like in love with Salma Hayek back in those days, and Desperado, and then that.
Yeah.
I was just like, God damn. I never knew like that. I always thought that Antonio Banderas was like Mexican.
But he's not.
Because of Desperado, that was he's Spanish. But I was like, that's when Machete started, remember? But he was called something different.
Kukui. Wasn't that what his name was in Desperado?
I don't
I think
remember.
it was the Kukui.
Because he's called something like Machete too in Predator or Predators.
Oh yeah.
But what is he called? He's like called like Knife or something. Like it's so stupid. But what other party movies? Well, Night of the Creeps.
Night of the Creeps. I have some good news and bad news. Your dates are here. What's the bad news? They're dead.
I was like, what the hell are you gonna say? What's the bad news? I was all into it.
It's my favorite like 80s thing where that one character in the movie, she's like, I'm so sure for like everything.
Night of the Creeps is such like, I think like Slither was kind of like Night of the
Yeah.
Creeps.
And a kind of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, well, that's a lot. Night of the Creeps is a lot in Invasion of the Body, and Slither too. But I think Slither is like really underrated, especially for being like a James Gunn kind of like, you know. It even has almost everybody that comes down in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is.
Did you see Slither?
Yeah.
I like that movie so much.
That movie is awesome. The gore in that movie is cool.
It hurts, bitch.
Yeah, when he's like getting all like huge, he's about to explode. And, like, that looks nasty, man.
So you can see like things running.
What's
through
his
her.
name? I can't think of his name. Castle. What's his name?
It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
Well, it's the guy that plays Castle in Castle. But what's his name? God damn. Well, he's like really good in it. Everybody's like really good in the movie. I wanted to show. It's because that's the thing. When I met my wife, she reads a lot of books, so she doesn't watch movies. So she hasn't seen like a lot of like horror movies. So I showed her for the first time like Nightmare on Elm Street. I showed her Scream, like a bunch
That
of shit.
sounds fun. I'd love to show people horror movies for
Well,
the first time. That sounds like a nice thing.
I always tell her, like, man, I wish I could see all these movies for the first time. But then again, I'm like, I don't know how I would feel now. Because she saw Nightmare on Elm Street and she's like, it's okay. It's like, it's a little cheesy. And I was like, I can kind of see how it's cheesy now.
Yeah, especially because, well, I'm pretty sure like you grew up as a kid watching all these movies. Like,
Yeah, I
all
was
of
scared.
it.
I was like, oh, like this guy, you know, whatever. Like, it would scare me. I even remember Dream Warriors and I'd be like, disgusted and like, because it was weird. Now I see it and I'm like laughing and like, yeah, I know everything,
Dream
whatever.
Warriors is my favorite one.
But just like the watching it now, like with somebody that hasn't seen it, and then they're just like, yeah, it's okay. God damn it.
I can see that, yeah, because watching now that like as an adult, I'm kind of like, well, this is cheesy, but I still love it.
Because sometimes it's like boring too. Like when you see Friday the 13th, the first one, you're just like, I mean, I love it, but like seeing it from eyes now, I'm just like, I don't know.
That's still my favorite one.
The first one,
Friday.
the one with no Jason.
Yeah.
Well, it has a Jason.
I was like that
at
one,
the end.
and the first and second one are my favorites. Even though he doesn't have his legendary mask, but those two are my.
Jason's actually not in 2 of the Friday the 13th movies. He's not in part 1 or 5.
Yeah.
Well, he is in part 1 at the end.
Oh, true, he is. Okay, technically he is, but he's not the main protagonist.
Yeah, he's not the. And they supposedly added like that last part because they were like, oh, we need to do a sequel or whatever.
Yeah.
So they just like added, like, oh, we're gonna bring it back. I think he's my favorite slasher. I would say, Jason. But just because how ridiculous his like powers are, and like nobody can kill him, and he's like a zombie now.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like. I like how he is, especially in Freddy vs. Jason, where he just like he doesn't give a crap. He's just like trying to kill everybody, and they can't control him. He's like unstoppable. He's like, oh my god, like what do we do? And Freddy's all like pissed. He's like, god damn it. But Freddy's like, I like him too, but he's a little bit more campy.
I love the camp. Like, that's why he's one of my favorites.
I'm trying to think if there was any parties in any of the.
Part 2, the party at the end when they're having the cookout when Freddy comes out, when he like finally takes over Jesse's body and like kind of like peels out of him, and then he like makes the pool start boiling and like the fences catch fire and he starts throwing people into it.
Oh, that's right.
So there's a little party in that one.
It was like when they were saying that it was unintentionally gay.
Oh yeah, that one's so it's like, how is it unintentionally gay? Like, there's so much man ass in that movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'm not complaining.
It's because the director.
They're even when Jesse like first goes out when he's I forgot what reason is, but he goes out when he encounters the coach at the club. He's at a gay bar. He's got a gay leather bar. There's a bunch of men in S&M outfits and drag queens in the back.
Doesn't he close one of the drawers with his butt or something? Like,
yes, he does. Well, actually, the actor is gay himself too.
Yeah. I remember the
something.
documentary. That's why I was like.
Oh yes.
When they were talking about it, they were like, "Well, I mean."
I mean, they had to know how gay it was, especially when like.
Well, the people doing it maybe, but like. Supposedly, like, nobody knew, like, that was gonna watch it and whatever, and then, like, they ended up watching it, like, what the hell did I just... I was like, that's funny, man, they got away with it, and, like, who cares? So it's like, yeah.
It's like, they take the S&M coach and strap him with, like, jump ropes to
Yeah,
the showers and whip him to death.
They do the towel the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I was like, that movie is funny, man. Well, kind of all of them are funny, except for the first one. I don't think it's that funny.
The first one's hilarious at the end when they pull the mom through the door and she's obviously like a blow-up doll.
Well, and they added that too.
Yeah.
They always like back in those days, like, they're like, oh my god, we have to like add something
to make a sequel.
But that it looks so horrible. But I think it makes sense though in those movies, in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, it makes sense. Because, you know, you don't know if it's a dream or whatever. So it could be a dream, you know, like...
Yeah, that's why it kind of worked out, too, because it's a dream, it's supposed to be weird.
Because I hate it when it's, like, real. Like you were saying, kind of like in House of a Thousand Corpses, when it's, like, everything's, like, real, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, supernatural.
Exactly.
What the hell happened?
If it was supernatural throughout the whole movie, like any movie, then it's like, okay, that ending works.
Yeah.
But when you take it away from a real-life movie...
Yeah, that's why I think like ghost movies. I like it when they do it like right, but like not just like with jump scares. Because I think that was one of the things that Paranormal Activity used to do well, was that it wasn't just jump scares. Mm-hmm. It was like showing you like slow things happening like here and there in the background or whatever. Like, oh, this moved.
The anticipation built up is like better because you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like, I know it's gonna happen, but it still kind of gets you something.
That's why Blair Witch Project, I think, was so good, because it was just building up to that final scene. Now you watch it and you already know, so it's not as good. But I remember I watched it at the movies, and
so for a first time watch, you're like, oh wow, but
and not knowing.
Watch it again, you're just like, all right, get on.
Yeah, like now you know it's fake. Now you know that the guy's like peeing in the corner. Like now you know all these things, and you're just like, whatever. That newer one was pretty good. I don't know if you watched it.
We
Did you
did.
watch-
The new one? The new Blair Witch?
It's just called Blair Witch.
Oh yeah,
I
we
saw
did
it.
saw it. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't that bad.
I like that whole idea of like the putting the camera like to see the witch in the back so that she wouldn't like look around.
That's like what
and-
everyone wanted to see. We wanted to see the witch.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then when you see it, and it's like, oh, it's a CGI.
You know,
Damn witch!
Did they show her in the new one? I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's because she's doing the
Like the back.
like the camera like that.
Oh, okay.
Because supposedly if you look at her, that's when like she gets
yeah.
you.
Just
So
like
she-
in Harry Potter when you look at the snake or whatever, you know.
Which now you watch like
Petrified.
Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, and they look so lame.
Speaking of Trick or Treat, have you ever seen the old Trick or Treat with Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne?
No, I think somebody was telling me about that, but no.
It was pretty cool. I saw that movie honestly probably when I was like in middle school. I don't remember too much of it. I think Gene Simmons is the main character. He comes out and he's like this demon who's after this dude. Oh my! I can't remember the plot at all. I saw it a long time ago. But then Ozzy Osbourne's like a newscaster or something, or vice versa. I can't remember.
Gene Simmons is like terrible, man. I don't know if
He
he's
doesn't
like
have the makeup on.
I don't know if he's like a terrible person or he's or he just looks terrible. I don't know. I was thinking like Mad Monster Party right now, and I was thinking about parties. I was like, well,
I was
that's-
like, in the, what was it, Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one, they're having that Halloween party, and Laurie's friend gets killed in the van, and the werewolf also gets killed.
I was like, I'm thinking of just like
That was too-
throughout this whole time, I'm just thinking about parties. I'm like,
And I
what,
was like, what else
parties,
has a
man?
party?
I was like, also kind of like, what was that one? Ready or Not, You're Next.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
next. Okay.
That one
dinner
too.
party.
It's a dinner party, you know, and they're all going to be assassinated. So they can
I
get
bought that
money.
movie because everybody said that it was like really good.
I really
It was
enjoyed Your
good.
Next.
It
And
was
I-
different.
It was a fresh take on like she finally beats up the killer, but doesn't stop at like one hit. Like she kept hitting him till his brains were all over the floor.
and that's what we were expecting for Ready or Not.
Yeah.
And,
And it was not. This girl, you're like, oh yeah, I'm rooting for her to win.
yeah, like,
And Ready or Not, it's kind of like, oh my god, kill this bitch and end the movie. We hated that movie so much.
like, have you?
Another
Come on.
film that came to mind for parties is Urban Legends.
I haven't seen that movie. Like, that one was like 1999 or something, wasn't it?
It was it was in the like nice. Even the I didn't watch the show, but the guy
It came
from
out
Dawson's
like around
Creek is in it.
around when Final Destination came out, didn't
Yeah.
it? Like the first one with
It's because
Devon Sawa or whatever.
yeah. Who's also in that Slick Punk?
Yeah, he's in SLC Punk. He's the guy that's looking, like he sees the devil or whatever.
Yeah. But in Urban Legends, they actually kill two people at like a party scene. One of the main guys, they do the whole Pop Rocks urban legend with him, but of course, instead of soda, she mixes Drano and Pop Rocks, and they shove it down his mouth, and he like chokes and dies on it.
I was like, that makes more sense than soda and Pop Rocks. I always thought that was stupid.
And then Tara Reid's character in the movie is actually like a radio DJ. So she goes to work, but at the party they're listening to her her broadcast. And the urban legend that used to kill her is that song "The Roller Coaster," where you hear a scream in the background and it's supposedly like a murder that's happening. So the killer shows up to kill her. So she's on the radio like screaming for help as like the killer's
Okay.
killing her. Everyone thinks it's a joke, and then they like hack her up with an axe.
How the hell is Tara Reid the radio
she's
DJ?
Awful.
I mean, she's awful in real life.
And, like you can't take that movie seriously. You can't feel bad for her because the whole time she's running around from the killer. She's like that high pitched, like squealing, like.
I always just remember her in that clip where she's saying about the tiger sharks. So she thought that like a tiger had like fucked a shark or something. I'm like, are you serious, you dumbass? She's so stupid. But I always hated her, and like I think she was like my least favorite, even in like American Pie. She's always just like, dumb. I don't know. It's just stupid as Tara Reid.
Well, she gets it good with an axe in Urban Legends. We haven't seen it.
Have you seen that movie that the guy from Limp Bizkit made?
He made a movie.
The
What?
Fanatic. You haven't seen it? This is John Travolta and Devon Sawa. I put a clip of it in the last one because I was trying to see if Jason had. I was trying to figure out if Jason had killed somebody with scissors. So I looked it up on YouTube.
Quick hedge flippers.
Yeah, but like scissors, just like scissors. It's because the Friday the 13th episode that I did with my cousin about the games.
Yeah.
He comes out behind me and he has scissors, and then he drops them. He looks all dumb.
Michael has them.
But I was like, has he ever killed with scissors? So in the episode, I put a clip, and it's from The Fanatic, because The Fanatic is a movie about like this guy that's like really into this actor, so much like he's like stalking him and like harassing him and all this shit. So there's a point in the movie where I guess he like kidnaps Devon Sawa is the artist, I guess, but John Travolta's like this like kind of like mentally like damaged person or whatever, but he puts a Jason mask and he has scissors, and he goes and like pretends to stab Devon Sawa, and then Devon Sawa's all like like he's all like yelling and shit, and then like when he finishes, he like takes off his mask and he's like, oh, like I pretended to kill you, I'm a really good actor. It's like the dumbest movie.
Speaking of Devon Sawa, Idle Hands.
Idle Hands is like amazing, and there's a party in that one. But I was like, they're not.
He even kills the Offspring.
He kills Dexter Holland, from the Offspring. I always used to quote that because he's like, when he's on stage, he's like, "Okay, kid, you had your fun.
Yeah.
Now it's time to."
And I love when the devil girl gets chopped up in the fan.
I always tell that that's the movie where I discovered AFI, because Dexter Holland is wearing an AFI T-shirt, because the AFI was his baby of Nitro Records at that point, I guess. And I was like, AFI, who the hell is that? Like, looked it up.
That's where I discovered the Ace Frehley song "New Year Groove," and I love when that girl's getting eaten out, and then like the hand comes up and it's all groping her, and then she finally looks down and it snaps her neck.
That movie's like awesome, man. Like
it is. It's such a good movie.
I love it at the beginning when the song is playing, and then he's like, ugh, and then like he puts the headphones. It's the same song. Oh, you're
One of
fucking
the things that always makes me laugh in that movie, and no one else ever laughs, is when they're telling him there's a serial killer loose. I'm like, how do you not know? Don't you watch the news? He's like, nah, I hate that fucking show.
I love all that. I'm Leatherface, and they just disconnect. Or they try to do it with the bagel cutter.
Oh, and it's when he'll cut my
It just
bagel
like dances. That movie's and I like all these people are dying, and they're just like, they're just like want to get stoned and like keep eating burritos and shit. They're like so dumb.
Oh,
man.
and it comes out of his throat.
Yeah, Fulton from freaking Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Isn't Seth Green in Mighty Ducks too? Is he? No.
No, he's in It, I guess.
Oh, he's in It.
Yeah.
He's not. I totally thought Seth Green was also in Mighty Ducks.
No, in Mighty Ducks. I was like, I know that movie all too well. Maybe too much. But, no, I was like, who's famous from the Mighty Ducks? Like, it's just, what's his name? Josh. What's his name? The main guy. He was like in Fringe, whatever. And then Dawson's Creek.
Jason Vanderbeek?
No. Josh something.
Is he the one from Road Trip? Because I think that guy from Road Trip's also in that, isn't he? The main guy?
From Road Trip.
I haven't seen Mighty Ducks since I was a kid. It's been a long time.
No, the one from Road Trip isn't either.
What the fuck did I want?
You're like confusing all these movies. No, Seth Green is in Joshua Jackson.
Let me see.
Without a without a
he's
paddle.
also the one in Urban Legends who gets killed at the beginning.
Without a paddle is the one where Seth Green is. The one where
Oh yeah, is Matthew Lillard in that? Now, who the fuck's in that? I'm gonna stop naming actors. In movies.
I was like, Matthew Lillard.
No.
What else is he in?
Scooby Doo.
Aside from Scooby Doo.
Serial Mom. Have you seen Serial Mom?
Maybe.
It's a John Waters movie. It's where
I've
like
seen
she's
so many movies.
a typical like housewife, but she kills anyone who like fucks with her family. And then Matthew Lillard is her son in the movie, and he has a teacher who's like not that nice to him, so she runs him over.
Every time I see Matthew Lillard in something, I'm always like, hell yeah, man. And I don't even know why.
He's in 13 Ghosts.
Damn, I haven't seen that movie in like since it probably came out, which is like 95 or something.
That's not that old.
Yeah, it is. It's really old.
13 Ghosts.
It's maybe 99. Then.
Probably like 99 or 2000.
I think maybe 99 or 99 was like a really good year for movies. Like a lot of movies came out.
2001.
Damn.
It's not in the 90s anymore.
I mean, that's over 10 years ago, so
That's still
it's pretty old. You just don't want to say that you're older, man. So I wear a mask. I've never aged.
Like, two of the movies I had thought of, but I was like, they really weren't, was Hostel 2, where they're at the festival,
Right.
and Carrie during the prom scene. But I mean, she was just her
Oh,
mind.
Carrie 2.
Carrie.
The Rage.
Even Carrie. That's the one with Mila Kunis, or no? That's American Psycho. Why are we?
What?
Why am I? We're
I don't
all
think
like
there's
just
really anyone famous
cross-eyed.
in The Rage Carrie 2 except for the older son from Home Improvement.
I
And
hate
he
that
gets shot in the dick with like a spear gun.
because he has his tattoos, right? And then like they're and Carrie too.
Oh yeah, she has the tattoos.
Yeah, and
over
then
her
like they
body.
start taking over her body. I didn't like that part.
It was, but it's because they try to humiliate her because they had recorded her like fucking that guy, and then they like show it all over the house, and that's when she starts like killing.
To me, it's
everybody.
like so weird. They always try to like maybe in old times, maybe now too. But I always think about how like because I keep telling like my daughter like, hey, like middle school is the worst. Like that's when
It
like
is.
that's when like people start like bullying and like that's when like you get called names and shit.
Oh yeah.
But I'm thinking now, I'd be like, why didn't I just like own it? You know, like why didn't I just like because I remember kids being like, who farted, and then like them going like behind your butt and like being like, it was him, and like trying to like bully you. So like I would be thinking like if they did that shit now and they would go like behind my butt or whatever, I'd like fart in their face and I'd be like, fuck yeah, it was me. Enjoy that shit, you know, like I don't know. I would try to turn it around.
Because
But-
I guess you saw it as, or everyone would see it as, oh, they're trying to degrade me. Or
It's
trying to.
But it's so
like
weird.
no one farts.
I'd be like, you fucking idiot! Like you're like a dumbass. Which
Yeah.
One
I'm-
thing I've always regretted is one time in middle school, this guy got in my face in front of a bunch of people, and like he just got real close, and I kept backing up, and in my head now I could have been like, I'm like, ew, why'd you kiss me or something to embarrass him in front of everybody? I was just.
that's because you don't think about those things. I
When
guess
you're
in the
young.
moment when it's
Oh
happening.
yeah.
And especially when you're a kid, you're just like worried about how you present yourself, how you look, how you. Because like it's like my kid now. She said that she wanted like AirPods, and I was like, what the f- do you want AirPods for? Like $150 headphones? Like, are you serious? Like you lose your freaking $5 headphones? Like. And she's just like, she told me, she's like, I want to be like the first one in school to like have him, and I'm like, why the fuck?
my little cousin, she's the same age, she's middle school age, and she's lost a laptop and an iPad. And I'm like, what the stop buying her stuff?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had my Game Boy. It was like my huge Game Boy. I was like taking care of it. Like, oh, nothing happened to it.
Yeah.
Now they don't give a shit. Everything's so disposable, I guess. And it's like, another phone. Buy me another phone. I'm like,
Oh my god, I guarded my gigapets like crazy back then.
I had a fucking Nokia red phone, like, and it was like, it had Cemetery Gates from Pantera, like as a chip tune, but it was all like, it was all like, and I remember like, oh hell yeah, and I was like, shit, fucking chip tunes. It sounds like shit. Whatever. I don't know, but I always think about because with Carrie, I was like, why didn't she just like when they're like, oh, we're gonna release this video of you fucking fuck yeah, dude, I'm fucking hot, whatever, you know. I don't know if you've seen that show Euphoria.
I've not
That's
seen
almost exactly what that girl does. It has a lot of like nowadays problems with teenagers, I guess, like drug problems, alcoholism, all this stuff. But there's this girl that they put on a video. Well, there's a video of her like fucking this other guy, and I guess they release it, and she's all like embarrassed and shit. But then she sees like the comments, and there's some guys that are like, oh fuck yeah, like she's hot and all this shit. So she starts being a cam girl. I'm like, fucking turn it around like that, man.
Right? That fat whore Kim Kardashian did it.
The fat whore. Yeah, I fucking hate Kim Kardashian. It's like I always tell people it's like it's because she doesn't have any talent. They're like, come on, like she's running like this.
She has no
like,
talent.
She's
She's
not
fucking
running
addictive.
anything. Somebody's running it for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. She's just. Even the Jackass guys were doing more than she was. They probably made way less money than she ever fucking has ever made.
And I was like, they're not at a party, but what about a Black Christmas?
Oh,
They're all in the house getting.
Is it a slumber party? Is this
Well, they're at a sorority house.
is this the third time that they do Black Christmas?
No, this is the second. The third remake will be coming out soon, and that one they are at a
Yeah,
party.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The third one, because I saw the previous, I was like,
Mhm.
the third time they're making this shit.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the
I liked
2006 one. I liked it a lot.
That was the first one where they like. That was the first movie where they do the whole like call to see where they're at, and then they're at the house.
Yeah, that one has oh my god, I forget her real name. Harriet the Spy.
I was like, I'm
Crystal
telling you,
Goldberg.
Michelle Trachtenberg. Crystal Lowe.
Oh, she's
Mary
from-
Elizabeth Winston. Like it had a lot of big
Michelle
names.
Trachtenberg.
Gretchen Wieners.
She was the one with Gretchen Wieners.
What the hell? What? I remember Crystal Lowe, but I can't remember.
What's it? Lacey Chabert?
Lacey
Is it?
Chabert.
I was like, am I right though? Like,
The first Meg Griffin.
but Michelle Trachtenberg, because I remember her from Eurotrip.
And with that movie too, if you actually watch the trailer, a lot of that isn't in the movie, and that's because they filmed a whole different like thing for a trailer and then never used it for a movie. If you watch the trailer closely too, there's a girl in the trailer who's not even in the movie.
Wait, what trailer? For who?
The Black Christmas 2006.
Oh, okay.
There's also a part where they find someone like under ice. Didn't happen, and then there's a part where it shows a girl getting pulled into like a wood chipper with Christmas lights. Not in the movie either.
So this is the third time that they're gonna do it. My wife was like, "Wow, that looks interesting." I was like, "Yeah, it's the third time."
I'm still excited to see it. I honestly
like it.
love slashers.
Because like the one I hate, Silent Night, Deadly Night to me is like bad, and then the second one is like just
Oh,
worse.
they keep getting worse.
Well, the second one is just the first one again, 45 minutes, and then
Right? It's seriously clips from the first one just thrown in and like little scenes and
it's a whole flashback. It's 45 minutes of the first movie, and then like, oh, and that's what happened, and then they like do 20 minutes of the end, I guess, and then like, what the fuck?
They really got away with putting the
Stupid.
same film out twice.
I guess we have to save to watch those for Christmas. But all those movies, man, I remember I was so pissed when I saw the second one, because I don't know if you ever. They sell like the DVD that has like all of them, but it doesn't have the second one. I was like, good reason that it doesn't
So you
have
don't
the
need
second
it.
one. Because it's the first one. Just watch the first one again, and then you'll be like, oh.
But I was so excited for like when Black Christmas first came out, because that was a movie where I felt like every kill was like fun.
Did you know that they were gonna do? Well, the director of the original Black Christmas, he wanted to do every holiday with black. So he would be like
really?
Black Thanksgiving, Black Memorial Day, Black. Yeah, that's what he
Did you
wanted
remember
to do.
the fake trailer for Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
That would've been cool.
Eli Roth.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
What the hell? You didn't think shit, Siri. But I don't even know when did Siri ever thought that I said, "Hey Siri."
I'm like a big fan of Mary Elizabeth Winstead though, and I did wish she had a better death in Black Christmas, because you don't see it, you just see the car rocking, and then I guess her head or something explodes and blood just splatters.
I don't even remember that movie. I saw it, but I was like, "Fuck, Black Christmas." It was like, but what was that? I was trying to think of the Thanksgiving. Oh, he says, "White meat, dark meat, they'll all be carved."
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, and then don't. Remember, it was just don't.
Oh yeah.
You want to open the door? Don't.
And then Rob Zombie's fake trailer.
That one was stupid. The werewolves
Living at the SS.
yeah.
I actually like the song that's in the movie.
But
It's
that's
called
an actual
Winter.
movie, though.
Is it really? They made it into a movie?
No, Rob Zombie, I guess, remade a trailer of like the actual like 70s or 60s movie.
And then that's when they had the fake Machete trailer.
yeah, that's where
and then
they
ended up making
it
that
got
one.
so huge. That and Hobo with a Shotgun. But the Hobo with a Shotgun trailer was only for Canada.
Oh really?
Now it's on the Blu-ray, but it was a contest. So they said like make a trailer, and if you win, we'll put it in the trailers for the movie.
I wish
in the
don't.
middle. And Hobo with a Shotgun won.
Really?
It was a contest in Canada, of course. But everybody liked that stupid trailer so much that they made Hobo with a Shotgun. They gave the money to him, and that's the only movie he's ever made. But that's crazy because it's like an amazing.
I don't know why I thought of Piranha.
Which one? Like
The remake, the first remake?
oh, it's like
Because they're out spring break, partying.
or
and
it's Piranha 3D, no?
yeah, Piranha 3D, right? Oh yeah,
It's
because
the one with Jerry O'Connell.
Yes.
Yeah.
The freaking piranha eats his dick or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that dick is on 3D like floating in front of you.
Just
the hell is it?
I really like the first one. Piranha Double D was okay. I don't know. I don't remember too much. I saw that one like a few times, but it was.
It was called Piranha 3 Double D, right?
3D Double D.
Something like that.
I think it was
Piranha Double D or something. Like
it's so confusing because
Yeah.
it's already like it's supposed when it's 3D it's supposed to be the third one, like Friday the 13th, you know, like like the
So it
three
might have
dark-
just been Piranha 3 Double D.
something like that.
So
I think it
so
was,
Double D's.
but it was 3D, which is like, god damn it.
I like the first one though. I thought that one was really fun.
No, yeah, like those are when you know that they're gonna be campy and fun.
Yeah.
That's fine. I hate it when like they play it all serious and then all of a sudden it's like this. You know, it's like in Scream. I didn't really like, and he like survives.
Which one?
Jamie Kennedy.
He gets killed in part 2.
Yeah, but you got to wait till part 2
You wanted him
because
dead
it's like, it's like he's a virgin. He's not gonna die. I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here, dude. The only fucking Jamie Kennedy movie was like Malibu's Most Wanted. He was from the hood. Malibu. What hood? Malibu. Malibu Tay.
That's been a lot of times since I've seen that.
Mixtape. But I was like, what other stupid parties? I always think about the one you brought up first. Come on, we haven't even talked about that.
Night of the Demons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
there's 2, which is the
There's
old
3.
one.
Oh,
There's
but
3.
There's,
God damn it.
it goes up to part 3.
Yeah.
Oh, but those are the sequels.
Yeah, but the first one I love. It's where Angela, she's like, I guess, the weirdo in high school. And she's gonna throw a party at Hill House, so she invites all these people to go up there, and like one by one, they all get possessed by demons. I just love it. It's funny because I was telling the witch.
I have to censor it.
That's right, because like right now, like my makeup is based off Suzanne from the movie, and the witch is very gothy right now, so she looks like Angela. And we stopped at the gas station on the way over here, and it just reminded me of the scene from the movie where Linnea Quigley's character is like bending over with her skirt up to distract the guys while Angela's like shoplifting. And I was just like, we should go do that right now. While we're
We did.
That's how we got all the monsters. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm gonna have to censor everything. Yeah, they're wanted now.
But then they go up there and they start like playing like little games and having seances, and then they all start. I think Linnea is actually the first one to get possessed, because when the thing's going around, like it shows her face and it goes like up to her, and then her whole makeup's all crazy because as she gets possessed, she's just upstairs and she's just applying more and more.
I was like, I gotta rewatch this movie, man. It's been a while, man. The last one I saw was the one with Edward Furlong, I guess, which is a remake.
Linnea makes a cameo in that.
I actually kind of liked that one. Maybe not as good as the old one, but I don't think it was terrible. And a lot of people didn't really watch it either. Like, I think it just like came and went. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Especially because Edward Furlong was like, everybody kind of forgot about him too.
And then you saw him and you have the idea of Terminator 2, and then you see him and you're like, whoa!
No, I always had the idea of Detroit Rock City.
Oh yeah! Oh my fucking, I love that movie too.
That movie's like awesome. So
but he still looks kind of like he does in Terminator.
He just looks like a friggin' crackhead. Just
then,
like fatter.
And now he's like drunk or something.
Well, he wears that stupid like green jacket all the time. I don't know. It's always like the same look. I guess like they tell him like you have to dress like this. Nah, I'm gonna wear my shit. Just look all like a hobo. I don't know. That's why I wonder how he's gonna look in the new Terminator.
I know, because I'm like, what does he look like right now?
Is he gonna be all fat? Is he gonna be all? Like...
Did they make him get in shape for the movie?
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna have to. Well, he's John Connor. I'm guessing he has to be like all buff and stuff. I don't know. Because Devin Sawa got buff, really buff. He's like all that. Which in the Fanatic, I was gonna tell you. Well, the dude from Limp Bizkit, what's his name? Why did I forget it? Fred Durst. He directed the movie. There's a scene in the movie where Devin Sawa was with his kid, and he's like, "Oh, you like the biscuit?" And then like he turns up the song, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is."
You okay with some music? You like a little Limp Bizkit? Sure. You like a little biscuit? Yeah. Yeah? Nice and loud? I used to listen to this back in the day. This is hot. Oh my god, that is nice. That is nice.
Like, come on, dude. Who the fuck does that shit? Not even like Rob Zombie could have done that.
You'll
shit.
never hear his music in his things. Like
that's so stupid. That movie, The Fanatic, is so bad that it's good. But it just came out. Like, you guys should watch it.
I've never even heard of it.
It's funny. It's called The Fanatic. It's probably like on YouTube at this point. It came out like 2 weeks ago.
Oh really?
But like nobody cared. It's panned everywhere. It's terrible. John Travolta is like a retard. Like an actual retard. Like
Looks
oh
crazy.
wow!
Watch that movie. We should talk about that movie because it's so stupid.
Oh, that haircut.
Yeah.
That's not even a B movie. That's like a Z movie. It's like
Yeah,
so,
2019.
yeah. It came out like 2 weeks. I'm telling you.
Wow.
You gotta watch it. It's funny. Watch
YouTube,
it. Well.
Amazon, all that.
It's so stupid.
And then more parties, I guess, would have to be like the Return of the Living Dead. They're all just waiting for their friend to get.
What
out of
about
work.
demons? Didn't that have?
I never saw Demons.
That's like from the 70s. Whose is it? I forget who directed that movie. Was it Lucio Fulci? It was one of the Italians. I don't remember. But I think that movie... But at least, I think it's the one where it has the movie theater scene where like the zombies are like going through the walls of demons, I guess, not zombies. Because they like... Apparently Italians have different kinds of zombies for some reason. What about
Dario? What's his name?
Oh, Dario Argento. Yeah, that's right. It's Dario Argento. And the dinner party too in Dead Alive.
Oh, I love Dead Alive.
Dead Alive was like my favorite movie for the longest time.
The original name was Brain Dead or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, they still
Overseas,
put it
they
somewhere
call it
like as Brain Dead. But that movie, Peter Jackson, it's like Lord of the Rings and King
Right?
Kong.
I love the mother's transformation to that giant
I love
witch
the whole
monster.
stop motion gore
Yes,
kind of thing.
that was so good, and that's what I miss with old horror, especially 80s horror.
The zombie having sex, and the head just like
When the baby pops out of the girl's face.
everything looks so ridiculous, but it's disgusting, and you're just like, ugh, because I'm monkey. I used to be disgusted by the little monkey, and he's just like clay. But
Oh, and her word pops in the soup and they eat it.
that whole movie. Well, I love that scene with the lawnmower, and then at the end he's like all slipping on
Sipping
it.
the blood, like all cartoon characters.
Yeah. But that movie's also kind of cheesy. That's kind of like Rec 4. Like I'm telling you, it's cheesy how like all like they love each other and like all this, and he's just trying to like protect the zombies. I guess the mom and I love that the priest is like this like ninja badass or whatever, and then he ends up dying. That movie's awesome. I was like, might not be like a big party, but to me it is. So I guess with that, let's end it right here because I don't even know.
How's it Valentine's Day?
It's been going for a while. I was like, I hope it doesn't come out on Valentine's Day.
No, that movie Valentine's Day, they're at a party when that girl gets shot with the bow and arrows. And then that one girl gets...
seen that movie.
Oh, you haven't seen that movie? It was that was like an early 90s, mid-90s horror movie. And...
So then with that, happy birthday to me too.
Oh, yeah.
But that movie's like terrible.
My favorite death in that movie is there's this girl who's like in the jacuzzi, and he like put the top over, and he's like drilling holes trying to like get her, and she's like trying not to drown, so she's trying to breathe through the little holes, and when she goes into breathe one, he like gets her right in the shoulder. So while she's like panicking because she got set on the shoulder, he opens up the top and he just throws the drill in, and she gets electrocuted.
I just remembered Loved Ones. Have you ever
Oh
seen
my god, yes!
that movie is awesome.
That one is so good.
That's how Eli Roth should have done Hostel.
Yeah.
That's a
kind of like
torture movie.
Sweet 16, or like, what is it, 16 Candles meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That movie's amazing, and it's like Australian, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, that one is a good one. If you're not seeing it, you need to watch that one. That
You haven't
one's a
seen
good
Loved
one.
Ones, man? Oh my god, Loved Ones is like... I think that was like the first movie I saw with my wife.
It's where it's this girl, she gets obsessed with this one boy she wants to take to like prom or something, and then she kind of just keeps him captive. It's really good. It's like, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, watch it. That movie is amazing. I
Yeah.
actually want to buy that on like DVD and stuff, because like on Blu-ray, because that one's amazing. There's all these like overseas movies that I always like. Attack the Block 2 was like one of them, was like really good.
Oh shit, I forgot about that one.
Attack the Block is amazing too, but it's like British but and that's the guy from Star Wars. It was before he became famous. The black kid. I forgot his name too. I always forget his name, but
Stormtrooper Trinket.
yeah, it's him, and he's the leader of the kids, and because Attack the Block is kind of like Goonies, I guess. Like,
You know, I never got to see it, but I remember seeing the trailer, and I always wanted to see it. and I
watch
never got to
Attack
see
the Block. It's kind of like Goonies, I guess, like but with the aliens.
Yeah.
But they're like this gang of kids, and that the main kid, he's that guy, but he's like a leader. He's kind of like the Warriors, I guess. He's like he'll be like shouting orders to these kids and whatever, and they have pretty much saving the universe. But it's that one's a really, really good movie. But with that said, so coming.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having me.
maybe if you want to come back, ever.
Get rid of me. I'll always come
we
back.
didn't like scare you or something.
No. The only thing that scares me is sharks.
But I was like sharks. So I was like, well, let's have a shark episode. Shark Week. Let's have it for Shark Week.
I'm
But-
down. Like
the Tyree talking
It's like,
about
what was your
tiger
favorite
sharks.
part of that movie?
Not the
shoes.
shark.
I was like, my shoes.
My shoes.
Because I was looking at the floor the whole time.
One time, a friend took me to go see what was it, 47 meters down or the Meg, and
No.
I'm like, you're gonna pay me to watch. You're gonna pay. He's like, I'll pay for you. I'm like, you're gonna pay for me to watch the fucking floor. And the whole time I was
You
like,
just put you like in Clockwork
No, that
Orange.
other one. It wasn't either one of those two.
Open
Yeah.
water is the scariest one.
Shallow.
Shallows.
That one.
I think
Yeah.
open water to me that's the one that's like real.
I never saw that one.
I have to. Well, anyways.
You should watch. I'm just kidding. No, you're not just gonna watch your
Oh.
shoes. Like you said. But anyways, with that said, I guess click like, share, subscribe.
Find me on YouTube and Instagram. It's Terror Krueger. I upload every week. Follow me there.
There you go. I was about to say like you can plug your stuff. Follow us on Instagram, Night Trap Podcast on Facebook. Facebook is like we haven't done much on Facebook.
No, it's a lot on Instagram and YouTube.
But Instagram is the main one, and then YouTube. And I'm gonna start putting the audio files on Anchor, which is gonna put it like on Spotify and everywhere else. I like the YouTube form better because pictures and
I look
and video
visuals.
and you can when we're talking about all those skills, I'm gonna look for all those skills. So thank you for making me work. So I'm gonna put like pretty much. I'm probably gonna get copyright strike for some of those, but who cares? As long as they don't block the video.
Sure, just take the audio off.
I do, but they still copyright strike you.
Oh shit.
But anyway, so with that said, like, share, subscribe, like I said. And I am the cREEp,
Which?
Terror Krueger.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later.
Matter if you can call back. If you want to leave a message, just wait for the beep. Beep.